Chapter 11. Are you even listening? Brought Sam back to attention. Did Aubrey really want to know that Sam only heard about half of what she said on a regular basis, or how irritating Sam found her voice when they talked on their cell phones? Instead of honesty, Sam opted for, "Yes, I'm listening, but I don't think Mom and Dad will let me." Look, you haven't done anything since Natalie had her accident. How do you know your parents won't let you spend the night if you don't ask them? True, Sam hadn't done much since that night, the night of the fire. The whole ordeal left her drained and even more worried about her mental state. The nightmares and voices made no other random appearances for almost a month now. The intensity of the experience still lingered. Sam couldn't describe what she felt because she didn't really feel anything. Numb was the best way to describe each day. Sam got up, got dressed, went to school, went to volleyball practice, went to Natalie's house to drop off the day's assignments, filled Natalie in on the latest happenings at Mansfield High School, went home, ate dinner, did homework, then started all over again. Each day passed just like the day before. She knew that she laughed when people told jokes. She got angry when her mother or sisters irritated her. She smiled when she passed Brandon in the hall. She experienced relief when Natalie's mother answered the door at their rent house, and when she saw Natalie propped up on the couch all flushed and sweaty from physical therapy. She knew she did all these things, yet it felt as if she were simply a passive observer to the life around her. Detached may be a better word than numb. Life continued day by day, and Sam simply passed time. "Now I know you aren't listening," Aubrey squawked from the other end of the device that Sam guessed she still held to her ear. For a brief moment, Sam could almost see herself leaning against her father's car in the MHS parking lot, sweaty from running at practice, backpack flung on the ground, phone up to her ear. She was the detached observer, perched on a cloud, watching the drama that had now become her life. Sam was more interested in contemplating whether or not she should really hold a cell phone to her head with all of the 5G technology than actually wanting to talk to a living, breathing human, especially Aubrey. Instead, she just said, "No, I'm sorry. I was wondering how much longer Dad was going to be and if I should go back in the building instead of standing here like an idiot in the parking lot." Sam apologized and tried to focus on what Aubrey was saying. "Well, I said that I bet Brandon is going to be at the party." Aubrey's statement snapped Sam a little bit to attention. "Look, I just don't think your plan is going to work. Don't you think our parents will be suspicious?" Maybe Sam could have mustered more interest in going to the bonfire if she didn't know Aubrey was only using her, because she knew her parents wouldn't expect that Sam would be a partner in a deception. Either one of two things must have happened. One, all of Aubrey's cheer squad friends had dates or not enough seats in their car for Aubrey. That was possible since some of them were turning 16 and getting their licenses. But not everyone was willing to take a risk in taking his or her car to a party and getting caught. Or two, Faith Ingram Tennis knew about the party and had forbidden Aubrey from going. That was a more obvious explanation of Aubrey's deception and determination for Sam to spend the night. If Aubrey's parents thought the girls were going to a movie, they could be away from the house for a couple of hours, go to the bonfire for at least part of the time. Sam didn't know why, but Aubrey's parents totally trusted her. Maybe because her dad was the assistant principal. But Aubrey's dad was a judge. What's the deal with you and Brandon anyway? Aubrey hit a nerve. That somewhat awakened Sam's senses. How did Aubrey know about Brandon anyway? Why did Aubrey have to pick this subject to suddenly be observant about? There is no deal with me and Brandon. Her protest was weak. There is only no deal to you, Sam. I swear, you make me crazy. The guy has been nuts about you for months and would ask you out if you ever gave him the time of day. Aubrey sensed Sam giving in to the plan. Maybe tonight will be that unforgettable night you've been waiting for. Just promise me you'll ask if you can spend the night. And with a click, Aubrey was gone, not wanting to give Sam another chance to back out. Who are you talking to? Principal Flynn's voice made Sam jump away from the truck like an animal hit at 90 miles an hour. Come on, Dad, you scared me to death. Sorry, hon, let's go home. Sam heaved her backpack into the truck and buckled in, knowing her dad wouldn't ask again who she was talking to. Did she want to spend the night with Aubrey and go to the dumb bonfire? She honestly didn't care one way or the other. Sitting at home hadn't really been working for her, but she hated the idea of having to attempt to be social with the popular crowd. On the other hand, they would probably all be drunk, and the prospect of someone making an idiot of themselves and for her to ridicule them gave her the warmest feeling that she had had in over a month. Aubrey wants me to spend the night with her so we can go see the new Pixar movie. Boy, that was a bold choice. Maybe she could kill two birds with one stone and avoid having to go see the movie with the rest of her family. That sounds like a great idea. Her dad was too eager. What was that all about? You haven't done anything but babysit Natalie for almost a month. It'll be good for you to get out and do something. That was way too easy. She really must have been acting oddly for her dad to sound that relieved for her to spend time with Aubrey. Her dad liked her sensible friend Natalie a lot better than her ditzy friend Aubrey. You know that Natalie is probably going to have another surgery, right? Her dad questioned in that I'm afraid to ask and I'm worried about you tone that parents get. Yeah, something about this skin graft not taking and the tissue breaking down again. I think that they're going over to Cook's Children's Hospital in Fort Worth to see a pediatric plastic surgeon. Then there was a blessed time of silence in the drive for the rest of the way home. Natalie's fall had snapped both bones in the lower part of her leg with such force that her ankle had touched the back of her thigh without her knee even being bent. Somehow the video some insensitive idiot had shot at the scene found its way onto YouTube. It may have been one of her brothers for all Sam knew. Steve found it and showed it to Sam. Natalie eventually wanted to see it and strangely enjoyed the fact that the grainy, dark photographic record of her pain had almost 10,000 views. Her pseudo-celebrity helped her cope with the pain and the 4-inch gash on the front of her leg where the bones pierced her flesh, and now no skin seemed to want to cover. She couldn't walk or bathe or be around anything that might infect her leg. The physical therapy was to keep her upper body from wasting away any more than her 95 little pounds. The metal contraption that held her fragile bones became the bionic armor holding the pieces of her together. Only once she voiced aloud to Sam that she would want to die if she ended up losing her leg. Sam made no response because the memory of Natalie's burning flesh still lingered in her mind. Maybe going to a party wouldn't be a bad idea after all. It was just a high school party, right? What could happen?